we might be given a graph and asked to, or given an equation and asked to graph it. If we are asked to do that, the process is can be fairly simple, or it can be a little bit more complicated. Since we're just dealing with a translation right now, we're not changing the shape of the graph. All we need to do is look at h and k. In this case, I have x plus 4, the absolute value of x plus 4, minus 2. Now, according to the formula that we had seen before, we have y equal the absolute value of x minus h plus k. What that means for us is that anytime we're looking at h, we need to change the sign of the number in the equation, because our formula is negative h, minus h. That means our h value is not 4. We have to change the sign to make it negative 4. So h is negative 4. K is minus 2. Now our formula says it's plus k, so it's going to stay the same. It's going to be minus 2. K is minus 2. So we've got our horizontal movement, minus 4, and we've got our vertical movement, minus 2. We start with what our vertex would have been, which is the origin if it was the parent function. From the origin, we move backwards 4 for the h movement, and we move down 2 for the k movement. And we end up with a new vertex at the point negative 4, negative 2. And in fact, we can always find the vertex by referring to it as the point hk. Right, from here we know that this is just a translation because it fits this translation form. What that means is we just need to draw the lines, and our slope on the right side should be 1. That means we're going to go up 1 and over 1, 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 so on and so forth. So I'm going to draw a line with the slope of 1. And there is my line. I can see that my slope goes up 1 and over 1, up 1 and over 1. The slope on the left side will move down 1 and back 1, or down 1 and forward 1, or up 1 and back 1. The important thing to keep in mind about the left and right sides of your absolute value function is that the equation should always graph a v. The v might be wider or narrower, it might be upside down or right side up, but it will always be a v kind of shape. That means that if I'm graphing my lines and I get something that is not a v kind of shape, I did not graph it correctly. Here I have one side and the other side would continue up this way. That is a v shape. So I know that I graphed it right.